This Thanksgiving, we joined the family in beautiful Sedona, Arizona for some off-road adventures and some good old-fashioned family time. First stop along the way is Rock Springs Cafe, famous for their down-home country cooking and their pies. Making our way to West Sedona to our house for the week, and this place is massive. There's 5 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms over 2 floors, and of course there's a massive downstairs game room, bar, and a movie room. The downstairs has a pool table, table tennis, foosball, air hockey, and arcade games. And there's even more outside with a fire pit, golf course, sauna, outdoor pool and jacuzzi, and an amazing view. Our first stop is the Thunder Mountain Bikes to pick up a couple of mountain bikes and head out to the Mezcal Trail. Now here's where I got separated and lost for a few minutes with no cell phone service in the area. Ashley was panicked and asked every single hiker and biker if they had seen me and screamed my name on the trail. Thankfully I heard her, we met up and headed over to Mezcal Mountain. Now this is one of the coolest trails I've ever ridden. It's about 8 miles long and goes right along the ledge of this cliff. Getting back to the house after the ride, the kids were home having a blast. Lexi loved taking care of her baby cousin Rory and playing with her cousin Annabelle. Thanks to a great recommendation from Gwen, who unfortunately couldn't make the trip, we had a nice dinner at the Golden Goose Grill before calling it a night. The next morning, we woke up and headed into town to go on an off-road adventure with Pink Jeep Tours. We headed straight for the Broken Arrow Trailhead, which is the signature off-roading Jeep trail in the area. It's about 4 miles long, which took us about 2 hours to complete. Our guide and driver was a veteran of the company, having driven these trails for the past 20 years. The dad jokes were flowing. Did you know even if a bear has shoes on, he still has bare feet? Pink Jeep Tours was the very first Jeep tour in the country. It was founded in 1960 and is still the only authorized tour to be able to do the Broken Arrow Trail in Sedona. And about the halfway mark is called Chicken Point. It's called Chicken Point because in the 1960s they used regular Army Jeeps for this trek. And if you didn't go around the rock all the way at the ledge, you were called a chicken. We took in the gorgeous scenery and snapped a bunch of pictures with Chapel Butte and the nuns in the background, and then heading back down the mountain. Our driver shared that there were many Western movies filmed in Sedona, including Broken Arrow with the famous actor Jimmy Stewart in the 1950s. Also, Elvis Presley starred in Stay Away Joe, filmed here. We all had a great time bouncing around in the Jeep, but Brett and Annabelle in the back, I think, got the very worst of it. The last obstacle on the trail is called the Stairs. It's a 165-foot drop with boulders in the way, and is considered the most technically challenging part of the entire trail. You can see Bill holding on for dear life with 2 hands. After getting off the Jeep, we headed into town for some lunch, walked around the city, and hung out at the house for the rest of the night. It's day 4, and Brett, Wes, Rory, Annabelle, and Sherry joined Ashley, Lexi, and I on a short hike to the birthing cave. It's about a 2-mile round-trip hike, and it's relatively flat until you hit the cliffs. This was named the Birthing Cave by the Hopi Native Americans, as their pregnant women would hike here to have their children. We all scramble up the rocks to make it into the cave, with Brett and Wes taking turns since it wasn't safe to climb the rocks with Rory on their back. Now, these are some stunning views of the Verde Valley in Sedona. It's time to leave the cave and head back to the house. But Ashley and I head back out for some mountain biking in the afternoon. We take the Dawa and Coxcomb trails, which end up being some of our favorite. And after a long day of hiking and biking, we relax in the heated pool and in the hot tub. It's Thanksgiving morning, and Ashley, Brett, and Sherry wake up early to do one of the most iconic hikes in all of Sedona at sunrise, the hike to Cathedral Rock. While it's more of a rock climb than a hike, they gained over 750 feet in elevation, but they were rewarded with stunning views of the valley below. After exploring the top of the rock, Brett, Sherry, and Ashley crawled their way back down. Ashley and I had time for one more biking adventure before Thanksgiving dinner. We took the Templeton and Slim Shady trails this time. It's finally time for the main event. Brett and Wes, with a little help from Annabelle, cooked us a beautiful Thanksgiving dinner. And then we just spent the rest of the night hanging out at the house. Sadly, even the greatest adventures must come to an end. However, we did get to see the Chapel of the Holy Cross and Montezuma Castle National Monument on the way out. The castle was built around 1080 AD by the Sinagua people so that their homes weren't destroyed by the annual flooding of the Verde River. The carved out home had about 20 rooms and was used for around 300 years. After leaving the castle, it was time to head to the airport and fly home. What an amazing trip. We are so thankful for the opportunity to spend such a wonderful week with our family.